best high school athletics.
Online.
From Portland's West Side.
We are West Side Mobile Media.
Banks, Oregon.
Welcome to this broadcast of an OSAA On Point Community Credit Union State Championship event. Serving more than 452,000 members, On Point Community Credit Union is the largest locally headquartered credit union and is the proud title sponsor of OSAA State Championships. Your local Toyota dealers are proud to support the OSAA. Toyota, let's go places. The OSAA Radio Network is presented by Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Coffee Roaster, Sarah Hesselman Keller Williams Realty, Scoggins Creek Coffee, Shannon Jennings Insurance, Specialty Screen Printing, Tenente's Pizza, Terry Powell American Family Insurance, and Wana Credit Union. Now here's the voice of Westside Mobile Media, Trevor Beard, alongside color analyst Jonathan Lee.
It was former Oregon head football coach Mike Bellotti who coined the phrase, "The games we remember are played in November." Well, tonight here in Hillsboro, Oregon at Hare Field, Craig Rucker Stadium, it is time to make some memories. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jonathan Lee alongside our play-by-play man for the evening, Trevor Beard. We are here as the number 4 Banks Braves are playing an old foe. Trevor, they got the number 13 Hidden Valley Mustangs in town, but minus their signal color.
Yeah, Jonathan, last time these two teams played in Murphy east of Grants Pass, Banks was coming off of a 33-7 loss to Estacada, their only loss of the season. And that game in week 3 down near Grants Pass was pretty much the turnaround game of the season for Banks this year as they shut out the Mustangs 35-0. Actually, in fact, I think we had a running clock in the second half of that game as Hidden Valley just got demolished. Banks looking to bounce back in a big way after that week 2 loss, and they did so. Huge, big night for Charlie White and Jamar Flippin in that contest. I expect more of that again tonight.
Yeah, certainly, and of course, without Nate calling the shots, Nate Bidlack calling under center for the Hidden Valley Mustangs. It's been a little bit more of quarterback, looking at some of their games as they've gone on this season, and in the Skyline Conference 3-2, it's been more of a quarterback, seemingly a quarterback by play design. Mostly they go with Mr. Stone in there at quarterback, but then after that, I'm expecting maybe to see a little bit of Wildcat, Wild Mustang, you'd call it, Trevor?
Yeah, I don't think this game tonight is going to be as close as it was in week 3 even. I would expect a running clock again the second half tonight without their starting quarterback. Not much offense for Hidden Valley outside of the 2 games they've played. Phoenix and Klamath, who are kind of bottom feeders in District 5. In fact, their last game at home against Henley, the 2 seed out of District 5, they only managed 1 touchdown in a 10-7 game, and if you can't score more than 7 points in a 3-point loss, you're in for a world of hurt, especially in the playoffs.
Well, and of course, we are right here at Hare Field in Hillsboro, Oregon. Of course, this is Banks' home game, and make no mistake, it's less than 10 miles away from the beautiful city of Banks, but we've got a beautiful setting here for a football game. Hare Field, some have called this over the years the best stadium for a high school football game in the west side of Portland. I gotta agree. I've been here with this takes. I was driving here, Trevor. Drove right by my old station. Takes me back to the days of working with KUIK, calling many Metro League high school games here. And yeah, there's nothing like watching a high school football game on a Friday night at Hare Field in Hillsboro. Just a great setting. It holds about 5,000 people. That's the capacity, 5,000. In fact, coming up a little bit later on as the night goes, I'll share an interesting little tidbit about this field and the Oregon Ducks, also the Oregon State Beavers, and what they had here back in the history past. So, beautiful setting here. It's Craig Rucker Stadium. It opened in 1965. The first game here was between the Hill High Spartans and the Gresham Gophers. That game was won by Hillsboro 7-0. But of course, tonight though, it's the home of the Glencoe Crimson Tide.
So that was even before Glencoe became a school. Glencoe 79 or 1980. What was the year Glencoe opened?
Hillsboro was the first team that played games here in 1965, and then in 1980, Glencoe joined and then started playing their games here at Hare Field. And then the third school to start playing here at Hare Field was Century in 1997. They'd since moved over to Hillsboro Stadium, and now they have their own very beautiful facility, turf field, stadium, lights now, and that's on their campus at Century High School.
Jonathan, want to get take a look at the bracket before we get ready to head to our first break. Number 1, Marshfield, the top seed in the state, number 1 ranked team overall, the champions of 4A District 4, also known as the Sky M Conference. North Eugene joining that league, dropping down this year, so that's why it's called a district. Marshfield of Coos Bay hosting the 16 seed Madras White Buffalo, as they are known. My good friend Ken Mann will be handling the broadcast duties for that broadcast tonight for the White Buffaloes. The winner of that game will take on either Henley of Klamath Falls or Tillamook. And Jonathan, something you may not have known, the last time Banks played Henley on this field, Henley upset the Braves. So hopefully we won't see another upset tonight from another Skyline or 4A District 5 team. North Eugene at Mazama, the 12-5 game. North Eugene, the one at-large team to get in, the third-place finisher out of District 4, the Sky M Conference. They're at 5 seed Mazama. Banks finished 1 spot higher than Mazama in the seeding and rankings. Mazama was ranked 1 spot higher in the RPI. But that 5-4 seeding, very important, because if you finish in the top 4, you get your first 2 matches at home, the first round and the quarterfinals. And Banks really needs to get an upset from either Henley, Tillamook, or Madras to have a home game in the semifinals coming up the weekend of November 20th. Our winner tonight will host the winner of that North Eugene Mazama game. Bottom of the bracket, 14 seed Staten at number 3 Estacada. Those two teams played each other, I believe, in week 1, just prior to Banks lost to Estacada in week 2. Estacada, a very potent triple option running attack with a very large offensive line. That should be an easy win for the Rangers. Gladstone is at LeGrand. Those two teams usually meet in the playoffs each year. This year it happens in the first round, as that game will be played at Eastern Oregon University. That could set up another 4A District 2 matchup, also known as the Tri-Valley, between Estacada and Gladstone. And then the very last quadrant of the bracket, 10 seed Baker, despite a losing record at 4 wins and 5 losses, the number 2 finisher out of District 6. The 3-team conference, also known as the Greater Oregon League, is at 4A District 4 runner-up Marist, the 7 seed. And that is a Saturday game at Eugene. And then Astoria, the 3rd-place finisher by virtue of points, and by beating Astoria 7-0 in what couldn't have been that exciting of a game to watch. Astoria, the 15 seed, is at 2 seed Cascade. That game, for some reason, being held at Scio High School, which is neither neutral to Cascade or Astoria, actually about half an hour south of Salem, between Salem and Albany. Jonathan, anything you want to add before we go ahead and send it to break for tonight's Lee's Keys?
Well, just want to look at the Hidden Valley Mustangs season after that 35-0 loss that they took to the Banks Braves. That was at the Evergreen Sports Complex, as you mentioned, Trevor, in Murphy, just east of Grants Pass. But after that, they went out on the road. This is now the furthest north that Hidden Valley has played. Prior to that was after that Banks game, they went to Sweet Home and beat up on Sweet Home. 30-16 was the final score. Actually, 36-16 there. Then they came back home on October 1st. They beat Phoenix 45-0. They beat Klamath Union at Klamath Union. That was a shutout there, 30-0. They've shown they've got some power, but these are against schools here that I mentioned here that just, they're toward the bottom of their conferences. But when they got into teams like they're going to be playing tonight, they played Mazama at home on October 15th and got walloped 42-7. The Mazama Vikings, they rushed for nearly 400 yards of offense, running that veer offense. And we're really going to, if Mazama makes it past the first round and Banks makes it out of the first round, we're really going to see how much the Banks defense has grown against the run from that Estacoti game if they play Mazama, because Mazama runs the veer as well. But finishing the stretch, after that loss to Mazama, they went to Hidden Valley, went to North Valley, won the Battle of the Valley, beating North Valley 40-6. And then last week at home, they dropped. They actually had a 7-0 lead against Henley. Henley came back to tie, needed a field goal in the third quarter to win that game 10-7. So a real low-scoring game, but maybe taking some momentum and coming out on the road. But check this out, Trevor. They are 5-3, 3-2 in the Skyline Conference, are the Hidden Valley Mustangs, but they are 3-0 away from Grants Pass. They have not lost a game when they packed their bags. Now, they played all the big teams at home, but something they can take with them on the road. They're 3-0.
Well, we'll take a 1-minute break, a little more than 1 minute, and take a look at Lee's keys to the game and what the Banks Braves need to do to come away with a victory tonight and advance to hopefully take on Mazama or North Eugene next weekend at home. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Thinking about updating your kitchen or bath? James Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They offer stone countertop fabrication and installation and cabinet installation services. They'll do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based locally in Washington County, they'll do jobs in most Portland metro locations. Call 503-753-9993 or email jasonbondremodeling@gmail.com. Jason Bond Remodeling, Oregon CCV number 227733.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
Hare Field here in Hillsboro, Oregon. I'm Jonathan Lee as the Banks Braves are being introduced.
Welcome back to Kelly Field on the campus of Banks High School here in Banks, Oregon. I'm Jonathan Lee with a look at tonight's Lee's Keys to a Banks victory presented by our good friend Sarah Hesselman, Keller Williams Realty. And the first one right there, Tillamook played 3 of
Banks wins games. Jamar has rushed for over the century mark in 4 games this season, darn near 5 games. He had 96 yards on the ground at Astoria. Twice, Jamar has runs of 59 yards. The first was down at Hidden Valley, then a couple weeks later against Amity at Kelly Field. He also broke off a 58-yarder against the Milwaukee Mustangs. So this dude is a thoroughbred. Make no mistake about it. He makes Mustangs look like Shetland ponies. Just get Jamar the football and good things are going to happen. Ride that flipping train to victory. Mazama ran for 399 yards against these Mustangs on October 15th. As 2 Viking running backs went for over 100 yards. And just to put that into perspective a little bit, Jamar right now has a career-high 753 yards rushing coming in. Quick mental math. I was never good at mental math, but 247 away from 1,000 yards for the season. Jamar could get a bunch of that tonight. He rushed for 160 against Hidden Valley last time out. And, oh, by the way, that game was played on turf. Tonight's game is also being played on turf. Secondly, this is not the same Hidden Valley team we saw back in September in Week 3, obviously. The last time we saw, they had Nate Bidlack, and there was, run, pass, just pass and then run second. The last 4 weeks with Nate out, it's been more of a quarterback by play design is really what it's been, and a run-oriented team with Daniel Iwamizi getting the bulk of the carries there. I expect we'll see the same tonight. And Banks needs to be strong up the middle and on the outsides of that line. And we're going to pause right now for our national anthem here at Hare Field, and then we'll get back to Lee's Keys.
These Banks defenders will need to once again bring the pressure on the quarterback, but do so with caution. Proceed with caution, because Buckler can beat you in many different ways. He can make room for himself to find open receivers downfield, and believe me, Tillamook, like Seaside, has some good options downfield, so that Banks secondary will have to be alert at all times, all night long. Cover those receivers, and the interior linemen, the linebackers, pressure Buckler with respect for his abilities. And, yeah, take care of the ball. This hasn't really been an issue for most of the ball carriers for Banks this season, but lately there have been some issues. Now, you can be careless with the ball against teams like Milwaukee and get away with it, obviously, scoreboard. But against teams like Tillamook, those mistakes will be magnified 2- and 3-fold, and we're talking about even in the playoffs. Those are costly mistakes that will hurt you. And quite frankly, it can be the difference between walking away hoisting a district championship and heading to the playoffs for the second seed from the league. So tuck that pigskin in tight, close your body, don't fumble it.
Our national anthem here at Hare Field as we continue on the pregame show, continuing with our Lee's Keys to Game. And you see right there, the defense just got to be solid for the Braves all night. They're going to run the football. The defense needs to, the leading tacklers for the Banks Braves this year coming into this is Chuck White with 75 tacklers. Jamar Flippin has 74. Jamar also leads the team in assisted for tackles. So not only does he get his on the offense, he also helps out others. Very selfless player and human being is Jamar Flippin, 33 assisted tackles. So they just need to be really strong up the middle.
And something else you mentioned, Charlie White, earlier, Kawapa first, second, and third teams were, or I still call it Kawapa 4 District 1, first, second, and honorable mention, I should say, were announced earlier today. Offensive and defensive player of the year. I'll give you one guess who it was.
Well, for the second year in a row, Charlie White.
You're right.
And then just finishing up, hey, this may not be the marshy grass surface of Kelly Field over there that's just torn up from all the rain we've had. But Hare Field is still just a 17-minute drive or so down Highway 26, less than 10 miles away. So make no mistake, it is very much Braves country and very much a home game for Braves Nation. We just need to set the tone early and often make Hare Field Banks domain. And fans be loud and proud. I know they will be. They do it every single game. We saw it last week. Bring that energy. The team is going to feed off of that energy. And make sure Hidden Valley's team and fans leave this field knowing that this stadium is the best high school stadium for high school football on the west side of Portland.
Thank you, Jonathan. We're going to take a 1-minute break and come back with the kickoff for tonight's game, get you a breakdown of Hare Field and the uniforms for both teams. We'll be back in 1 minute after this from On Point and Pacific Office Automation.
We've been growing to serve people. You know, parent people, working people, teacher people, and student people too. We added 20 new branches in Fred Meyer locations, hired more On Point people, and continued to give back to people in our community. If all that makes you think we're your kind of people, then we're ready to help you too. On Point Community Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
So if that answers all your questions about your new cloud storage, would you like to hear about our voice over internet systems?
Sounds perfect.
Well done. Let's try it again. This time, ask about data security.
Yeah!
Let's do it!
Would you enjoy working on a world-class team with the best training in the country? Then consider a career at Pacific Office Automation. Join our fast-growing team where we offer strong benefits and competitive compensation. Apply at pacificoffice.com/careers. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
And we're back. Less than 2 minutes to kick off tonight. Banks has Banks is receiving tonight to start the game. Banks will be in their navy blue, Vegas gold, and white outlined numerals. White helmets with navy blue stripe down the center with the Vegas gold and navy blue arrowhead logos on the sides of the helmet. Navy blue pants. Mustangs will be in their orange pants with blue stripe down the side. White jerseys with royal blue numerals with orange trim and royal blue helmets for the Mustangs with the orange Mustang logo on the sides of their helmets. I need my roster. You have all the rosters. Thank you. We each have one copy. Thank you. Hidden Valley is kicking away. Squib kick going to try to kick it away from. Oh! And number 22 for the Braves tried to pick it up. That's James. Oh, you give me both the Hidden Valleys. I know.
James Elmore.
James Elmore for Hidden Valley. Number 22 was 22 for the Braves. They tried to field the kick off of the squib kick. 22, Tristan Rogers. So Braves football, 1st and 10 at their own 25. Harefield running north and south. Braves starting to our left on the south end of the field. And in motion, Charlie White. Throw it to Charlie out of the backfield and unable to break a tackle. Is going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Nice job of tackling that time by the Hidden Valley defense to the near side, home side of the field on the east side. 2nd down and 10, first play of the game. Number 4 seed Banks Braves, the 4A District 1 champions, hosting the 13 seed Hidden Valley Mustangs of Murphy, just outside of Grants Pass, the 3rd place finisher out of the Skyliner 4A District 5. Goble to pass, caught. Charlie White gets a first down, up past the 35, 40, 45, 50. Finally brought down just inside Mustangs territory to the 48-49 yard line. No flags on the play. 1st and 10 Braves. Gain of about 16, actually 25, 26 yards from the 25 into Mustangs territory to the 49.
Yeah, Charlie White that time was just running right down the middle of the field all the way up towards midfield. He was just running perfectly in a straight line to the end zone, and everybody was just like 4 guys all around him. He just carried them up for about 10, 15 yards down the field.
1st and 10 for Goble and the Braves offense. Handed to Jamar off the left side. Squeezes through a hole. Gets close to another first down. Down to about the 40. It'll be 2nd down and short. A good pickup of 9 on first down for Lightning. For flippin' fast, Jamar Flippin. Number 22, James Elmore on the tackle for the Mustangs.
It's a running back linebacker for Hidden Valley.
Braves with a 4-receiver set. Jamar the lone back. Straight drop. Now he's going to roll out of the pocket. Nearly slips down. Breaks through. They're going to say his knee went down all the way back at the 50, and that's a huge loss for the Braves. All the way back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, really unfortunate that time for the Banks Braves. As Cooper really had to, he couldn't even go through his progressions because he just said a breakdown that time on the offensive line as the Hidden Valley Mustangs were coming with a huge blitz that time. Broke through. They were right in Cooper's grill, and he had to backpedal, do what he could to get away. That 6'5" frame, his knee just kind of slipped down a little bit and going to mark him down, unfortunately, for a loss.
He's actually going to lose 10 on the play instead of 3rd down and 10. It's 3rd down and 11 all the way back to the Braves 49. Goble to roll right, still looking, and has a man downfield. A couple of defenders, and it's intercepted at the 26 by number 2, Noah Stone, the defensive back. And something we didn't see a lot of in the Week 2 win at Hidden Valley.
Yeah, that was telegraphed as, that time Noah Stone did a great job. He read the route all the way. He was in perfect position to catch that ball, put himself right up in between Goebel and the receiver, and he just jumped the route right there and just stuck in, and like he was the receiver.
So the Braves turn it over on their opening drive. Mustangs take over 1st and 10, ball just between the 25 and the 26-yard line. And out of the Wildcat is Iwamizi. Roster is incorrect, and he's actually going to lose about a half a yard back to the 25, maybe inside the 25. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Michael Vereen on the tackle for a loss of half a yard back just inside the 25, 2nd down. This time it's Stone out of the quarterback position, flips it out to the far side, falling on it, losing another yard. James Elmore, the running back. That'll bring up 3rd down and 12 for the Mustangs. Hidden Valley lucky to get back on it after the pitch play off to the far side that Elmore just couldn't handle.
Yeah, that's something that can happen when you make that wide pitch like that. And sometimes it looked like it was kind of one of those RPOs and tried to make a pitch at the last second, and Elmore just wasn't quite ready for it. He just didn't quite look it in all the way.
3rd down and a short 12 from the 24.
Big break for the Braves.
Original line of scrimmage was just between the 25 and the 26, so 3rd down and 11 and a half. Stone again out of quarterback. Out of shotgun, looks to throw. Pass caught over the middle and is not going to be able to break it outside. Tackled shy of the 30-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and about 6 for the Mustangs. Braves should get the ball back for their 2nd possession, I'm sure, with a Hidden Valley Mustang punt likely coming with the ball inside their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, going to spot the ball right just inside the 29-yard line for Hidden Valley. It looks like they're going to go ahead and bring on the punting unit. And keep in mind that Stone will punt sometimes, but it looks like it's, going to go do a deep drop back.
Jamar back at his own 35. Rugby-style kick is going to go to the far side, and Jamar makes the catch and is tackled immediately. Really surprised I didn't see him call for a fair catch there. No gain on the tackle. Nice job by the Mustangs return team, and really a dangerous situation there for Jamar where if he didn't make the catch cleanly like he did, it could have easily been the 2nd turnover of the game.
Yeah, you're right, Trevor. That was a nice, very high spiral punt, so it gave the Hidden Valley cover team a chance to get down there. And, I'm right, too. It's like I don't know whether maybe he tried to signal for a fair catch and just didn't get it out there for the official, but it looked like he just kind of stood there and absorbed the contact.
1st and 10 for the Braves from their own 39. A little bit better field position to start their 2nd drive of the game. Handoff to Jamar far side, slips a tackle, and not much there. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2nd down and 10 for the Braves. Jamar flipping, nothing on that carry after just one good gain to start the game. That 9-yard carry that put the Braves in a 2nd down and short position inside Mustangs territory that turned into the Goebel sack back near the 50.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Mike Fanger, first-year coach of the Hidden Valley, knows very much what Jamar is capable of doing and knows his stats. And he also knows this is playoff time. And if there's one guy that knows about Hare Field, it's Coach Mike Fanger.
Bunch formation to the far side. The give to flipping up the middle. And, again, not much there. Maybe 2 and past the 40 to the 41. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. And right now, Hidden Valley doing a pretty good job defensively. This might be a little bit closer game than we expected coming in tonight.
Yeah, great game plan so far by the Mustangs coaches. They're just putting their big guys right up front and just loading the middle. We talked about that. That's what Banks needs to do against Hidden Valley. Well, Hidden Valley's doing that against Banks right now. Jamar's just running into a stone wall every time. They got to bounce something outside or, get something going. They tried to do that with the pass, but it was intercepted.
3rd down and a long 7 between the 41 and the 42. Goebel rolls right, still looking, and throws. Threw it past Charlie White, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Again, good defense by Hidden Valley, and this time the Braves are forced to punt. First 2 possessions, no points on the board for either team. Interception on the opening drive, and now 4 and out for the Braves on their second possession of the game.
Yeah, that looked like a missed route that time by Charlie White, as he was kind of just weren't on the same page with Cooper Goebel, as Charlie was coming towards this side of the field, and Cooper just threw it behind him and just missed him there.
Ball just shy of the 42. Hesselman to kick it away from his own 27, and low. It's going to bounce at the 33 and go out of bounds pretty much right there. Mustangs will take over. First and 10 from their own 33-yard line. 5:19 to go in the first quarter. Still no score between the number 4 host team, the Banks Braves, and the number 13 seed Hidden Valley Mustangs of Southern Oregon. Want to thank all of our sponsors this year. Also want to thank the OSAA sponsors, Pacific Office Automation, Toyota, and On Point Credit Union, the official title sponsor. And Iwamizi out of the Wildcat again, gets a couple up past the 35, maybe to the 36. It'll be second down and about 7.
Yeah, we talked about Trevor in the pregame. That's something that the Mustang offense would look to do, is they might run that Wildcat a little bit. They would go with Stone at quarterback, or also Iwamizi for a few plays as well, and that time just kind of a direct snap and took it and got a minimal gain.
4:45 to go first quarter. Clock moving. Mustangs on their second drive of the game. No score from Harefield and Hillsboro. And give to number 22 again, James Elmore, close to the first down. I think he's going to be about a yard and a half short. They'll mark it at the 41. Need to get to the 43. Third down and 2. Big play for the Braves defense. Actually, it's going to be third down a little more than a yard. Man in motion goes Noah Stone, and they're going to try a little trickery, and not sure they got it. Noah Stone, they faked the reverse, and it is going to be first down Mustangs. First and 10 Hidden Valley from their own 43. Just enough for the first down.
That is the first down gain by either side tonight.
Well, Banks did have a first down on that pass play to Charlie White up near midfield, but first and 10 Mustangs from their own 43. And give up the middle for Noah Stone, I believe number 2, or 22. Elmore up to the 45, a gain of 2, second down and 8.
Ball spotted right at the 45-yard line of the Hidden Valley Mustangs.
And late pitch to Elmore again, and able to slip a tackle into Braves territory. Finally brought down at the 45, but it's going to be enough for another Mustangs first down.
Jamar Flippin was in there initially, and just kind of fought away from his grasp, but he couldn't get away from Christian Lyda, who did wrap him up, and then had plenty of help from his friends.
First and 10 Mustangs to the Braves 45. 2.5 minutes to go first quarter, no score. Braves an interception on their opening drive, the only turnover of the game so far.
Looks like Braves are coming out in a 4-3 with a nickel package here.
And in motion, number 18, Cody Simmons, the tight end, and Stone is going to roll right and throw deep, and it is, ooh. Jack Lyda was back there, thrown even over his head. It's going to fall incomplete, intended for I believe, number 10, Austin Klinger, the wide receiver down the far side.
Yeah, freshman wide receiver for Hidden Valley.
Stops the clock, 2 minutes and 2 seconds left in the first quarter, no score. Mustangs 1st and 10 from the Braves 45. Braves have had pretty good success here at Hare Field. Last time they played here was against Baker. They advanced all the way to the state title game that year in 2019. Iwamizi, I think now on a shotgun, is going to keep it, rolls right. And hold, and that's going to come back. And this is going to put Hidden Valley in a 3rd and long situation. Coupled 3 flags on the field. I think we saw that pretty much about the same, at least I did, the same time as the officials off the far side. And that flag is going to move Hidden Valley back a ways because it actually occurred behind the line of scrimmage.
Interesting note there. That was, you're right, that was Iwamizi on the ball, on the carry there. But notice that something's going on with his jersey. The back of his number is an orange 8. The front of it is a blue. That's the only one. It's normally blue.
So that'll move the Mustangs back into Braves, back into their own territory at the 45. That will bring up 2nd down and 20. Clock under 2 minutes.
Beautiful night here in the Tualatin Valley.
And Stone gets the snap this time. Pass is tipped. Elmore able to get up close to midfield, tackled at the 48. Short gain of about 3. That'll bring up 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 17 for Hidden Valley with under 90 seconds.
Yeah, Ashton Crossan was right there to make the stop for the Braves. He was right there the second that Elmore turned around. As soon as he caught it, he was looking right in the grill of Ashton Crossan. Great job, staying home right there by Ashton to make the stop for the Braves. I'm sure there's a great crowd here from that's made the drive over from Banks, but unfortunately we can't see them. They're right below our feet.
3rd down and 17, under a minute for Hidden Valley. Man in motion again is number 18, Cody Simmons, the tight end. Stone will roll right out of shotgun and looks downfield, and it's going to be thrown out of bounds. Nice job by the Braves defense that time. Good coverage from Jamar, number 31. 4th and long for the Mustangs, and I'm sure they'll kick it away and try to pin the Braves deep on. Braves should have 1, maybe 2 plays before the end of the quarter with 47 seconds left.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. It's been about field position in this first quarter. Both teams really kind of showing a little bit, some pluses to get the ball past midfield a little bit, but that's been about where their drives have stalled at so far in the first quarter, and then it's just like 4th down, let's kick it away. It's playoff time here, so field position is a premium, and you want to try and get the better field position, the better advantage over your opponent.
Kick is away, and it's going to be over the head of Jamar. This time he does fair catch it, or call for the fair catch, and it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to die at the 3. Braves will be pinned deep inside their own 5 with 35 seconds left. Time for one more play before the end of the first quarter, and we send it to break. No score.
Officials are talking about something over on the sidelines. Usually when you fair catch, it's automatically a touchback, and that might be what they're talking about, but I don't know. Maybe it looks like an equipment issue or getting a ball. I don't know. That's weird. But no, it looks like it's going to stay on the 3-yard line.
So Goebel and the Braves offense now with an even heavier task to go 97 yards on the final drive of the first quarter. Goebel out of his own end zone, a couple yards deep. Will give it to Jamar off the left side and spins all the way up close. Should be a 1st down, up 12, maybe 13-yard line.
Yeah, that's a great time, just following his blockers. Great job that time by Jamar, just following his blockers, going off the left tackle there.
Again,
and spinning, and looks like there might have been a kind of an inadvertent face mask on the defense there. Saw a hand kind of come up around the face mask, but no call. Gain
up to the 12, 2nd down and 2. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. They won't get the play off After one period of play, no score between the number 4 seed Banks Braves and the 13 seed Hidden Valley Mustangs. We'll be back in a little over 30 seconds.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your Banks Braves. Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
Sponsor of the OSAA State Championships, On Point does everything it can to help our team and community get ahead. On Point delivers the local banking and lending its members need to reach their goals and make more possible. Visit On Point at onpointcu.com. On Point is federally insured by NCUA, Equally Housing Opportunity.
And we're back, start of the second quarter. No score between the Banks Braves and the Hidden Valley Mustangs of Southern Oregon. Banks on their third drive of the game. Interception on their opening possession. Give to Jamar. This time gets 15, 16-yard line. Will be enough for the first down. Not much more than that, though, as he only needed about 2 or 3 yards. And that'll stop the clock on the first play of the second quarter with 11:54 to go. One thing, Jonathan, point out from game 2 or week 2, Mustangs defense is much improved since the last times these two teams played in Southern Oregon.
Well, they limited Hindley to just 10 points last week back down there in Grants Pass.
And fake to Jamar. Goebel has room down the near side and stepped out of bounds up near midfield. It's going to be a huge gain. All the way up, I think he stepped out about the 48, so a gain of about 32 yards from the 16 to the Braves 48. They are going to mark it at the midfield stripe, so 34 yards on the keeper by
Cooper Goebel.
Cooper Goebel. Almost forgot his first name. Wanted to keep wanting to call him Blake, and
don't say
that's
that.
A big no-no.
Don't say that.
1st and 10 for the Braves, just their second first down of the game. Goebel gives inside to Jamar. Inside, finally, he thrown down inside the 45 and looked like maybe nearly a horse collar, but no flag on the play. Just a hard tackle, another good gain for Jamar. Pickup of about 7 down to the 44. Actually a gain of 6, need to get to the 40 for a first down. Goebel again to give to Jamar. Slips through a hole and able to break a couple tackles. Has another first down. Another flag thrown late in the middle of the pile. I think this is going to be a face mask or a personal foul.
Yeah, this one definitely appears to be going against the Hidden Valley Mustangs as big cheers from the Banks sidelines, which is right directly below us.
Jamar trying to get his helmet readjusted after nearly having his face mask ripped off, and that is the call. So it should be a 15-yard variety. By the way, his head got tweaked around. I
think the officials could probably call that a couple more times. And now that I'm sure that's what I saw down here a little bit ago. Hidden Valley is really reaching high on all when they're coming up to wrap up.
1st and 10 for the Braves following the penalty. Ball at the Mustangs 30. Goebel out of shotgun. Jamar to his right. Flips it to that side. Jamar with a good hole. Opens up and all the way down. Close to another first down. Gain of 8-9 yards. Close to the 20. I think he's going to be about a half a yard short. But, again, a good pickup on first down. Anytime you can get more than 4 or 5 yards on a first down carry, you're going to be able to pick up a first down on every 4.
That was great vision by Jamar that time. As he saw that lane, it was wide open. It was as open as a Plaid Pantry here in the Washington County area. I mean, he hit that crease, and he hit it hard. And when Jamar hits a crease, look out.
Second down and a yard and a half from the 20, between the 21 and the 22-yard line. Spread formation for the Braves. Goebel looks to his left, looks to throw. Now is going to step up and go down, back behind the 25, 27-yard line. And coverage sack, I think, that time for the Mustangs. Couldn't find anybody open and didn't want to make another dangerous throw that led to that interception on the opening drive. So he takes the sack and goes down back at the 27. Not too terrible of a loss.
Great backside pressure that time by Hidden Valley's Aiden Moon Reed. When you have Aiden Moon Reed breathing down your neck, you want to try and get rid of that football, but Cooper just a good job just to hang on to it.
3 receivers set with Flippin. Jamar out of the backfield, has a big hole, cuts back to the right. He's going to score. Touchdown, Jamar Flippin from 27 yards out, but puts Banks on the Braves first. 6-0 with 8:49 to go in the first half.
Great cutback that time by Jamar Flippin. Again, another showing his great field vision out there. As he was headed to the left, he immediately just juked and went to the right side, juked the right way. He found the lane again, and he got to the corner of the end zone, found pay dirt, and Banks puts the first points of the board on the of this first round football game.
Hesselman to attempt the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is high and well through the uprights, pretty much at the top of his point. That ball almost went over the top of the goalposts.
I think that ball went even over the soccer goalpost beyond the end zone.
8:49 to go in the first half. Banks is on the board first. Braves 7, Mustangs nothing. We'll take another 30-second break and be back after this from Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans.
Rankings are important numbers in determining Oregon high school playoffs. So are rankings when choosing a lender to help you with purchasing or refinancing your home. Our local community home loan expert, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, is ready to help you win the day. Call Christy today for all of your home loan needs at 503-327-5302 or caliberhomeloans.com/kvanmeter. Christy Van Meter, NMLS number 1700271, state licensed in Oregon, an equal housing lender. All products are subject to credit and property approval.
For over 40 years, Pacific Office Automation has remained locally owned and operating, supporting the community and people in places that matter. That's why Pacific Office Automation continues to sponsor the OSAA year after year. Pacific Office Automation, problem solved.
And we're back, 8:49 to go in the first quarter. Braves a 7-0 lead. Kickoff from the Braves is brought up to about the 32-yard line. First and 10 for the Mustangs, trailing now 7-0 after a beautiful 27-yard touchdown run from Braves running back Jamar Flippin. We have a timeout, I think, called by the Braves. 8:41 to go in the first half. Banks 7, Hidden Valley nothing. We'll take a break and be back after this from Wanna Credit Union.
Small businesses represent so much more than the uniqueness of our area and the personality of our communities. Local business also represents the hard work and history of the places we live, which is why Wanna Credit Union is staying open, so that your business can stay open too. Wanna Credit Union offers all types of commercial lending options, including business credit cards, vehicle and equipment loans, small business lines of credit, and more. Stop by a branch, reach out to our commercial team, or check out wannafcu.org to open your doors and keep them open, so that your business thrives for years to come. Wanna Credit Union is federally insured by the
can stay connected to your favorite team with the OSAA Live mobile app. OSAA Live features the latest scores, schedules, and rankings for all teams and leagues across Oregon. Access OSAA state championships programs, read the latest prep news and information. Just search OSAA Live in the App Store or on the Google Play to download today.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs following the Braves timeout. Stone is going to keep it. Now pitches late and hit hard, and it's going to be a short gain for Elmore up to the 35. 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, just great coverage that time by the Banks defense right there on the edge, the outside. Looked like Christian Lyda was over there in that position, and I think Chuck White was also in there on that. Chuck White leading the Banks defense, coming in with 75 tackles. And that was one of the keys, you know, when they run, they're going to run the football is Hidden Valley, and they need to plug up the middle and plug the outsides.
And Iwamizi this time again, I believe it's Elmore on the carry, tries to squirt through at the bottom of the pile, and not much there, maybe a yard. It's going to be 3rd down and 7. And Mustangs had a couple decent drives in the first quarter, but I think the Braves have come out ready defensively here in the second.
Yeah, it just took them a little while to get going, get in their rhythm a little bit, and it kind of seems maybe kind of like what I was kind of tracking with what Hidden Valley played against Hindley last week.
7.5 minutes to go first half. Braves a 7-0 lead.
Blitz
Stone
on.
back in quarterback position. Passes through the oh! Should have been intercepted. Number 62, Drew Brown for the Braves, had it right through his hands and dropped it at the 45. Would have been great field position for the Braves. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, you're right. It hit him right there in the numbers, and he just couldn't get his big old mitts on it to wrap around it. And but hey, it brings up 4th down, a punting situation, and Jamar Flippin is heading back to about his 35, just inside his 35-yard line. Well, he's going to settle down at the 30 to punt to receive this punt.
High snap. Mustangs able to get it away. It's going to bounce at a 35 and go out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. They'll mark it at the 27. 7:12 to go in the first half. Braves a 7-0 lead. Winner of this game will take on either North Eugene or Mazama next weekend.
Dear driver, you're invited to save big on a new Toyota. Hurry in today. Visit Toyota.com for more information. Toyota, let's go places.
Jamar Flippin, a 27-yard touchdown run off the far side for the first score of the game on the Braves' last possession. Bunch formation, 2 receivers to the near side with Hunter Smith, and give Charlie White outside. Not much there, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and they're keying in on Charlie White tonight. He's not able to get much after the catch.
Well, he's a big target out there, and I think they heard the news as well that that's 2 years in a row that a tight end has won the Offensive Player of the Year award in the Special District 1, or as we know, the Coapa. So, they know who to go after, and it'd be nice if some college coaches and scouts would also finally wise up and learn who to go after as well.
Saw some of his huddle stats and video earlier on Facebook, averaging 9.5 tackles also on defense per game. Pass to Charlie White again out of the backfield, and Hurdle's able to break an ankle tackle, gets up past the 30, gets a little bit for the Braves, but it's still going to be 3rd down and about 3, I think, up near the 35.
Yeah, if you're a college coach and you need a big guy who can run, who can catch the football and make some moves showing his agility, Charlie White's your man. He just showed that right there. He was sort of dead to rights over there on the sidelines, and he just used some great footwork and his agile ability to get up and get some positive yardage for the Braves.
We have an official's timeout. Charlie White's going to have to come out to work on a tape job on his right wrist. I don't think it's an official timeout, but Goebel has come to the sideline. They blow the whistle to start the clock. 6:23 clock still has not moved.
Yeah, Charlie White just ripped the tape off of his wrist on the sidelines, and looks
now
like
they are going to
to
have to charge. They are going to have to charge Banks a timeout. Their second of the half. 6:23 to go in the first half. Banks 7, Hidden Valley nothing. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from LaHaye's Custom Embroidery.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsboro. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com. Or call us at 503-648-2341.
The OSAA is going digital with Hometown Ticketing. That's the official ticketing partner of the OSAA. You can access tickets for all first round through state championship finals via the OSAA website or your OSAA Live app. Order your tickets in advance and present your digital ticket at the gate. It's convenient, paperless, and easy to use. Just visit osaa.org/tickets.
3rd down and 7. The screenplay is going to work beautifully to Jamar. All the way up inside midfield, down to the Mustang 45 on 3rd down and 5 from the 31. A gain of 19 to midfield, another 5. 24 yards on the screenplay to Jamar Flippin.
Just give it to Jamar, and exciting things are going to happen. And he did right there. The Braves kind of looking for something big right there after the timeout, and that's what he get back into action and get that momentum going.
6 minutes to go first half. Braves looking for their second score of the game, up 7-0 off of a 27-yard Jamar Flippin touchdown run early in the second quarter. Bunch formation, 2 receivers to the top. Goebel looks to throw and has a man. Oh, knocked out of bounds. Beautiful job that time. No flag on the play.
Aaron Brown on the was the intended receiver out there.
Number 12 in coverage, John Casal, the wide receiver for Hidden Valley. That would explain the email I got this morning from a Casal email address. Didn't know who it was from, just wanting the information for tonight's broadcast. Nice job defensively that time. 2nd down and 10 from the 45. Goebel, late give to Jamar. Breaks through a couple tackles, push forward close to the 40. But it's going to be 3rd down and about 6.
Aiden Moon Reed right there. Aiden Moon Reed on the stop for Hidden Valley, just kind of coming up right behind Jamar as he got across there and wrapped him up, brought him down.
It will be 3rd down and 6.5 from the 41.5-yard line. Might be 2-down territory for the Braves. A little too far, I think, for Wyatt to try to boot one from here.
Moon Reed is a big specimen of a guy. He's 6'5", 230 on that line for Hidden Valley, a senior.
Four receivers set. Goebel looks to throw left side. Pass is too high, intended for Hunter Smith. And this may put the Braves in a punting decision on 4th and 7, not picking up anything on that play. If they picked up a couple yards on a short run play, it might have been a little bit easier decision, but it does look like they're going to go for it. Goebel is staying on the field, 4th and 6.5, ball between the 41 and the 42-yard line.
Yeah, Cooper's got to go through his check downs a little bit better because that time Daniel Iwamizi was right there. He kind of jumped up, but it was a little bit too far for him to reach, but he was there.
Tight formation. Goebel now drops back out of shotgun, and now they're going to snap it directly to Jamar. Can't get to the outside. He's going to lose. Breaks all the way back to midfield, and he's a flag, and I think this is probably going to come back. Lost the football, able to fall back on it. Either way, it's going to be a Hidden Valley ball. Mustangs might just decline this.
There's a couple of flags down there on the play. I think it might be for the same reason.
Likely a hold against the Braves.
Officials were down on a knee as well.
Whitehat is indicating against Banks. Illegal block? Not sure what that call is. Okay. Yeah, illegal block is the indication, checking with Jonathan on the official signal. Going to be 1st and 10, Hidden Valley with the ball back in Braves territory at the 47. So Hidden Valley with good field position to try to tie things up before halftime. 4:32 left before the break. 7-0 Banks after a 27-yard touchdown run from Jamar Flippin off the far side. Fox 12 Friday night flights flying over Harefield as officials determine how to start this next Hidden Valley drive.
Well, either that or just another plane. We are close to the Hillsborough Municipal Airport here.
Actually, it looks too low to be a helicopter, or too high to be a helicopter. Okay, so now they're going to put the ball all the way back at the original line of scrimmage. That makes more sense because if Hidden Valley declined the penalty, the ball should be placed at the spot of the fumble, which is the 38-yard line. That's a lot better for the Braves than their own 47, where the officials wanted to put a moment ago.
Yeah, definitely a change in position there that would make the Banks coaching staff upset or happy.
Iwamizi, the running back out of the Wildcat, is going to keep and is going to be tackled immediately and thrown down. He'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10. And if the Braves had all 3 of their timeouts left, I think if they're able to stop on 3rd down, this might be a spot where you call a timeout to try to put more points on the board, but they've already used 2. And we do have whistles, officials timeout. Looking at an equipment issue for a Hidden Valley player, Elmore's going to have to come out, number 22. Coming up at halftime, we'll try to get you other scores from around the state if we can find any for you as we look at the Wanna Credit Union scoreboard. Four minutes first half, Braves just a 7-0 lead, much different ball game than the 35-0 contest in favor of the Braves in week 2 in Southern Oregon.
And definitely a lot less windy.
Stone calls Iwamizi back and is going to keep it himself and has some room. Is tackled up at about the 46-47 yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and about 2. And a big play for both teams here towards the end of the first half, with Hidden Valley needing to keep the drive going to try to tie the game. Braves defense wanting to get the ball back on 3rd and 2.
Of course, we can get you the rest of the 4A playoff schedule for tonight, but this game kicking off at 6 o'clock this evening. Most of the games will kick off at 7 o'clock tonight. One 4A game will kick off tomorrow afternoon. But of course,
whistles, and I think a timeout, Hidden Valley. That is the call. 2:57 left to go in the first half. Banks 7, Hidden Valley Mustangs nothing. We'll take a short break and be back after this. From Terry Powell, American Family Insurance.
At American Family Insurance, protecting farms is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start more than 90 years ago. We understand it's more than a farm, it's your life. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect what you've worked for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Call American Family Agent Terry Powell in Gaston, 503-521-8842.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, S.I., and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
And we're back. Want to stay in shape? Be involved in a sport you love and earn money in the process. Become an athletic official. There's a shortage of officials in Oregon, and we need you now more than ever. Visit osaa.org/officials for more information and to get registered. 3rd down and short. Looks like about 2 for the Mustangs. Iwamizi's going to throw. Pass is tipped and intercepted. Braves have the ball back, and it may be a big 6. And it's going to be a touchdown for number 50 for the, looks like Braden Ball, number 52.
Logan Kind.
Number 58, Logan Kind, with the pick 6 down the far side, puts the Braves up 2 scores with 2:45 left, and Hesselman will come in to attempt the extra point.
Well, we talked a lot about the Banks offense, but how about some love for the Banks defense right there? Logan Kind just stepping up right, coming up from his linebacker position and just making a great read on the ball and picks it off and takes it to the house.
Off a tipped pass.
And that's why you practice the tip drill all those days in the practices.
Snap is down, kick is up, and very high, very short, but it is good. Oh, they're going to say no good. Wide to the right. I don't know.
That looked like it went right to the upright, but maybe it just went at the last second wide right.
Definitely high enough. So we'll take another break. 2:45 to go. One play and another score. Banks 13. Extra point no good. Hidden Valley nothing. We'll be back again after a short break from Andy McNabb, Allstate of North Plains.
Andy McNabb Allstate in North Plains is your local Allstate agent. Located at 10120 Northwest Glencoe, across from Subway. She has 20 years of Allstate experience providing auto, home, renters, life, and other insurance products. Get a quote and receive a $10 gift card. Andy McNabb Allstate. Call 503-433-5030. That's 503-433-5030.
And we're back. Purchase your official state championship merchandise at OSAAstore.com with Rush Team Apparel, the exclusive merchandise partner of the OSAA. You have more options. Customize your gear with your school name, a student athlete name, event decals, and more. Nike products are also available. Browse the selection of official state championship merchandise at OSAAstore.com. And the Braves kick following the pick 6 from Logan Kind is dropped at the 15 and still can't pick it up. Oh, Braves missed out on a golden opportunity, thrown down back inside the 10. Braves had a chance to get the ball back with another great opportunity to score, but Hidden Valley's going to be pinned deep after some return issues that time from Hidden Valley. Saw a lot of that last week at Pacific in college football.
Davon Vereen was the man that drugged the player by the jersey and drug him down. Hey, they didn't get the football. They didn't get down there quite in time to get the football, but hey, they're at least going to win the battle of field position right here and pin Hidden Valley deep inside their own 10-yard line to start the drive. But great pursuit that time. A great job by Davon Vereen to get down there and pull him down.
First and 10 from the Mustang 9. Hidden Valley with the football and the give inside. It's not going to get much. He's going to lose back to the 5. If that is going to be a loss of about 4, and Braves might be in another safety opportunity here before the end of the half.
Yeah, they loaded up the box that time. Exactly what we talked about in the keys to the game is they need to load the box, and they brought everybody available right inside the middle, and there was nothing that Hidden Valley could do to get through there.
And they're actually going to give him forward progress to the 7, a loss of 2, second down and 12. Hidden Valley might be smart to just sit on the ball here before the end of the half and take the 2-score deficit to the locker room.
Well, you talked about it. We've got some official shortage. Do we have Pac-12 officials down there? Because that's a Pac-12 spot if I've ever seen one.
Looks like Stone out of shotgun. Oh, it is Iwamizi. Squirts through a hole and gets somebody lost a helmet on the play. Looks like Mustang player's going to have to come out for a play.
Really easy. Really makes it easy to see Iwamizi down there with that blue-orange 8 on the back of his jersey.
Number 15 or number 13, not on the roster. Will have to come out for at least one play. And we have a timeout. Is this the final timeout for the Braves, trying to get the ball back before halftime with 1:43 left? Well, we'll take a short break. Banks 13, Hidden Valley nothing. We'll be back in just a moment after this from the Banks Post.
Banks Post newspaper is the official news provider of West Side's greatest hits. Listen hourly for West Side news from the Banks Post newsroom. Banks Post newspaper covers Banks, Manning, Buxton, Roy, and surrounding western Washington County communities. If you'd like more information on the Banks Post or want to pick up a copy, visit a local business today. You can also visit their website at bankspost.com or their Facebook page, Banks Post.
And we're back. Banks officially one timeout left after taking that one. Thought they'd already called two. So Braves with a stop here on 3rd down and 10 would have a chance to put more points on the board before halftime. Man goes in motion. High snap for Iwamizi, able to bring it down. Rolls left into the end zone. Slips and falls down. And is going to sack now. Throws up the football loose. It's going to be a safety tackled in the end zone. Banks with 2 more points. Oh, a grounding. And it's going to be a safety for the Braves. 2 more points. Banks up 15-0 with 1:34 left in the first half. Their 3rd safety this year. One in the opening game against Gladstone. Another one, I think, in the Amity game, another non-league game. And then this one here tonight in the first half of the playoff game against Hidden Valley.
I don't know if I've ever seen a crazier sequence in a long time because you had so many things happening right there in that 1 second. First, you had the quarterback trying to get out of the end zone. You had Banks pressuring him to maybe get a safety. Then he like obviously grounds the ball to avoid going down and get the safety. So you would be looking for a grounding. And then, of course, there's the potential, hey, the ball's loose. You could get on it for a touchdown. But then somebody falls on it and you get the safety, and now you get the ball back. So it's like, whew.
The Banks defense has totally taken over this game in the second quarter. What turned to be a pretty tight match headed to the second period has Banks has scored 9 points off their defense. The pick 6 from Logan Kind and the actually 8. The pick 6 from Logan Kind and the safety that time after the grounding in the end zone. 15-0 with 134 to go in the first half. Braves looking for more after they'll get the ball back following the safety.
Looking for that 90-second offense here for the Braves.
Squib kick, and Braves are going to get away from it. And picking it up late is Jamar at about the 44. 1st and 10 Braves, but good field position with 92 seconds left.
Great field position to set up that shop, and we'll see. We always see a no huddle really for the Banks Braves offense, but they always take a long time getting the plays in from the sidelines. But we'll see what happens here in this 92 seconds before intermission.
They will mark it at the 45. Wilson starts to begin play. Look at Brown or possibly Jack Lyda for a deep route. Goebel will roll right. Looks to throw. A caught by Aaron Brown inside the 40. 35-30. Dragging tacklers inside the 25. Down close to the 20-yard line. A first down with 1:21 left. And Braves are already in scoring position with the boot of Wyatt Hesselman, but Braves aren't looking for the field goal. They want to put 6 more on the board.
Yeah, the clock stops just for a second to get the chain, and it's weird because they just started the clock now, but the chains are not set, so that's kind of interesting that they just did that. The chains had not even moved yet when the White Hat asked for the clock to move.
1st and 10 from the 22, spread formation for Goebel, looks to throw again into the end zone. Caught, touchdown, a flag. This should be a defensive pass interference.
I don't know. It might be offensive pass interference because there was some pushing from the Banks player as well. He put his hands on just before he caught the ball.
Pass interference against the Braves. You called it. Looked like Charlie White.
Yeah, he put his hand out there. He felt the defense coming, and he put his hand down there in the corner of the end zone, shoved him to clear that space so that he could catch the football. And clearly not a legal advantage there, and the official was right there and threw the flag right on it.
So 1st and 25 from the 37. Banks a touchdown on the ground from Jamar Flippin, a pick six from Logan Kind, and a safety on a Hidden Valley grounding penalty in the end zone. 57 seconds left, first half. Braves trying to put more points on the board before we head to break. 15-0 lead. Goebel rolls left, still looking and able to avoid a tackler. Still looking and throws downfield. Coming back for the football is Aaron Brown. Touchdown! Right front corner of the end zone. Braves are up with their third touchdown of the night. 21-0 pending the extra point with 52 seconds left.
That was just a great job of Cooper Goebel just to go around and check all of his projections that time, and he found the one he wanted. He saw AB sneaking across down there at the 2-yard line, connecting with him, and just a great pitch and catch right there, and finally to get it in there. And that's her, second offensive touchdown. They've really kind of put it together here, and things not looking good. That's good for Banks fans going into the halftime locker room, but not looking great for Hidden Valley.
37-yard pass play from Goebel to Aaron Brown after the pass before was a offensive pass interference against the Braves. The kick from Hesselman is up and through. 22-0, 52 seconds left before intermission. We'll keep things here as we'll head to halftime in just a minute or so. And Jonathan, Braves have really taken control in the second quarter after a scoreless first period.
They have, and the offense really hasn't done much, as I didn't really expect for their Hidden Valley. I mean, they back on October 1st, that win against Phoenix, they threw for 158 passing yards. Since then, Hidden Valley has not even cracked the century mark in passing, and last week they were not even over 100 yards for total offense against Henley. So knew that, but really got to give credit to the Hidden Valley defense. They really came to play, but Banks is finding they're finding some things out now, and that's how that's credit to the coaches that are up in the booth and down on the sidelines putting things together. They're seeing what's going on with Hidden Valley. One thing that I've really noticed about this Banks coaching staff is they're really good about adjusting to how the game goes. It's like, all right, that's what you're going to show us. Okay, now we got it down, and Banks is starting to roll.
And I think the momentum for the offense has really been led by the defensive scoring opportunities for the Braves. Hesselman's kick low is going to squib, and Iwamizi's going to fall on it at the 15. Mustangs will take over there with 51 seconds left, and Hidden Valley will likely just take a couple of knees, probably 2 plays, and we'll head to the break.
That touchdown catch by Aaron Brown was his 7th touchdown catch of the season. And he's just really been coming on late, and that's huge for the Banks Braves to have AB coming on as a big threat. And then, of course, you got Charlie White. So that takes a lot of pressure off Charlie White as well.
Coming up at halftime, we'll try to get you a look at the 4A District 1 first-team offense and defense. Braves mentions on those lists. And short gain off the give to Elmore, gain of about 2. One more play should do it to send us to halftime. Number 4 seed Banks 22, number 13 seed Hidden Valley yet to put points on the board. Gain to the 17, almost 18-yard line. Under 20 seconds left, final play of the quarter. Elmore, the give, and I don't know. He actually has a first down up past the 25, so that'll stop the clock and allow the Mustangs to get one more play with 7 seconds left. Now clock moves.
62 Drew Brown was in on the stop that time, right in the middle of the defense for Banks.
So that'll do it for the first half. Banks scores 22 points after a scoreless first quarter, 22 in the second period, off of some momentum created by the defense, a pick six and a safety in the Hidden Valley end zone. 3 scores for the Braves in the first half. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back after this. You're listening to the 2021 OSAA On Point 4A football playoffs first round. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. I'm Chris Recheck, your Forest Grove Edward Jones financial advisor. At Edward Jones, we believe in building a complete picture of your financial life, including your goals and passions, so we can help you work toward achieving what's most important to you. Call me at 503-359-4092 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey Brave fans, this is Chris Lyda, the voice of the Braves, here to tell you about Econofab Buildings. Econofab is a third-generation family-owned and operated pole building company located right here in Brave Country. Econofab has been in business for almost 50 years, constructing shops, garages, and barns. I had them build my 2 shops, and as a satisfied and repeat customer, I'm here to tell you that Econofab puts the fab in fabulous. Go visit them online at econofabbuildings.com.
We've been growing to serve people. You know, parent people, working people, teacher people, and student people too. We added 20 new branches in Fred Meyer locations, hired more on-point people, and continue to give back to people in our community. If all that makes you think we're your kind of people, then we're ready to help you too. On Point Community Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Dear Exit Strategy, no matter which Toyota you choose, there's an exit from the ordinary to match. See you soon, Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer or toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places.
And we're back halftime of the 2021 OSAA On Point 4A football playoffs first round, live from Hare Field. Banks a 22-0 lead. Banks the 4 seed for a District 1 league champs with the advantage over the Mustangs of Hidden Valley of Murphy east of Grants Pass. And Jonathan, Banks defeated Hidden Valley 35-0. Last time these two teams played in week 3, Banks coming off of a 33-7 loss at Estacada. A big reason for that win, trying to come out with something to show early in the season. First quarter tonight looked like Hidden Valley's defense came to play, but Braves creating some opportunities from their defense. Pick 6 from Logan Kine, safety in the end zone off of the grounding call. Jamar flipping a big run, big play for Aaron Brown, 37-yard pass play. And the Braves have really come alive offensively here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and they've done it with, like you said, with the defense. Defense has dictated the field position, and the offense has been able to it's put the ball to the offense in spots where they can operate out of, and just running the field position of Jamar flipping. I mean, like I said pregame, just give it to Jamar, and good things are going to happen, and that's what they're doing, just putting in his hands. And Jamar is just using his great field position, his agility, and his great footwork just to get in the spots and just, see the holes and take advantage of those holes. And a lot of that credit also goes to the coaches upstairs. That's why they have coaches upstairs to see where those holes are, to see what the defense is doing. And like I said before, this coaching staff does a great job of on-game adjustment, on-the-fly adjustments, and they're really seeing some things. So if you're Coach Mike Fenger and Hidden Valley right now in your locker room, your diagram something, all right, they're on to what we're doing. We got to find a way to disguise that package again, because they're just seeing the holes and getting through. So it'll be interesting to see what Hidden Valley does in this really chess match of a game here, because, all bets are off. It's playoffs. You either win today or you're going home and you're getting ready for basketball season.
Surprisingly enough, the only turnover in tonight's game was actually by the Banks Braves. Cooper Goebel, an interception on the opening drive of the game. Thought Hidden Valley might be able to steal some momentum with that turnover, but the Braves were able to hold on Hidden Valley's first possession, and teams kind of went mano-a-mano in the first quarter, punch for punch, and nobody able to put points on the board. Good defensive slugfest before Braves were finally able to break through early in the second and put 22 points on the board. We'll take another 2-minute break and be back after this from Pacific Office Automation.
So if that answers all your questions about your new cloud storage, would you like to hear about our voice over internet systems?
Sounds perfect.
Well done. Let's try it again. This time, ask about data security.
Yeah!
Let's do it!
Would you enjoy working on a world-class team with the best training in the country? Then consider a career at Pacific Office Automation. Join our fast-growing team where we offer strong benefits and competitive compensation. Apply at pacificoffice.com/careers. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Visit Main Street Pizza in Banks, located next to Jim's Market, for the best pizza in Washington County. From loaded hot baked subs to a Main Street special pizza piled high, we will satisfy your pizza cravings. We've been serving and supporting the Banks community since 1986. Open daily at 11 a.m. Call ahead now to place your order at 503-324-5858 or follow us on Facebook to see our daily lunch specials. Mention this radio ad and receive $2 off any Main Street Pizza.
Northside Rock Products in North Plains is where you can get gravel products directly from the quarry. They service contractors as well as homeowners. They can get rock straight from the quarry that's essential for paths, driveways, under concrete slabs and roads, as it packs and condenses well. Northside Rock Products offers a variety of quality crushed rock and fill material, as well as boulders and specialty rock. They offer trucks for hire for contractor work. Northside Rock Products can bring their mobile crusher to your jobs for on-site crushing and screening. Delivery is available. Get all you need at low winter rates. Northside Rock Products LLC on Northwest Dixie Mountain Road in North Plains. NorthsideRockProductsLLC.com.
Small businesses represent so much more than the uniqueness of our area and the personality of our communities. Local business also represents the hard work and history of the places we live, which is why Wana Credit Union is staying open, so that your business can stay open too. Wana Credit Union offers all types of commercial lending options, including business credit cards, vehicle and equipment loans, small business lines of credit, and more. Stop by a branch, reach out to our commercial team, or check out wanafcu.org to open your doors and keep them open, so that your business thrives for years to come. Wana Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
And we're back. Halftime, Banks with a 22-0 lead over the 13-seed Hidden Valley Mustangs of Southern Oregon. Jonathan Lee has a look at the scoreboard from what few games we have on the Wana Credit Union scoreboard.
Yeah, that's right, Trevor. It's just one other game besides our game right now, and that looks to be at halftime as well. It's Cascade winning handily over the Astoria Fishermen right now, 34-12. Taking a look at some of the other schedules going on tonight, of course, these games will tip off here in kick off just a little bit at, actually they should be kicked off right now as we are past the top of the hour, 7 o'clock. And these games just getting underway. Staten is at Estacada. That's a rematch from earlier this season. Estacada won handily over Staten, so I expect them to win again. Gladstone is at LeGrand, and boy, that's an interesting one. LeGrand, of course, is they're the 2019 state champs. They won it last year, they won it in 2019, the reigning champions there. And Madras, of course, is at Marshfield. That's the indubitable task of the White Buffaloes to play the Pirates. The Pirates are the odds-on favorite to win the 4A state championship this year. I don't think all respect to Cooper Goebel. Cooper is an awesome quarterback. I don't think there's a better quarterback in the state, not just 4A, but in the state, than Dom Montiel. That guy is just special. He's something else. And not only this, Trevor, Dom Montiel, not only a very good quarterback, he is also on the management team for the student-run radio stations at KMHS. But also in the 4A, of course, the game opposite our bracket is North Eugene at Mazama. That game taking place down in the Klamath Falls area. So I'm sure just getting underway here, and we hope to get some updates from that before we sign off here today, because, of course, the winner of that game will play. If Banks goes on to win, we'll play Banks, and it might be right back here at Hare Field next week.
Yeah, hoping that it's actually at Hillsborough Stadium against Portland State. Portland State does have a road game that Saturday against Sacramento State, but
Well, of course, and playing tonight at Hillsborough Stadium is a 6A game. Central Catholic is taking on the Oregon City Pioneers over there at Hillsborough Stadium tonight. That game also should be kicked off now.
You mentioned LeGrand winning the state title against 2019. That game played at Hermiston, which Banks was the number 1 seed that year, and they ruled that to be a neutral site game. Anytime you have an option of where to put a neutral site game, it should go closer to the number 1 seed. LeGrand was the number 2 or number 3 seed that year, I think. Very high potent offense, and they beat Braves. They beat the Braves in that game 21-0. But again, pretty much playing a home game on a neutral site at Hermiston, despite being the lower seed in the championship game. Last year, OSAA did have some playoff situations, but nothing official due to COVID. Mazama and Marshfield played in the first place game. Not sure if they even gave out a trophy for that. Banks and Cascade played in what was the unofficial 5th place game at Banks High School, with Banks winning that something close to like 56-28 last year. So Banks again hoping to get to the state title game again this year. If they advance to the semifinals, they would likely match up with Marshfield, the top seed overall in their quarter of the bracket. If all top seeds advance, and that game would likely be played at Cottage Grove High School neutral site between Banks and Coos Bay, home of the Pirates. Under 3 minutes to go before we put another 3 minutes. Right. Another, so basically about 6 minutes to go before we start the second half. We'll go ahead and take another 2-minute break and get ready for the third quarter. It'll be Hidden Valley football when we kick off the second half. We'll be back after this. North Plains Chamber of Commerce invites you to check out Oregon Coffee Roaster. Based in the Portland foothills, this wholesale roaster has decades of experience offering quality Arabica coffee and loose leaf tea to businesses. Whether you're a business customer interested in a bulk order of 10 pounds or more, or a residential customer interested in smaller quantities, contact them today for your coffee needs. Call 503-647-5102 or visit their website, OregonCoffee.com. Shannon Jennings of North Plains is your local independent insurance agent. Are you overpaying for insurance? She can partner with a vast range of insurance companies to provide you with the most competitive products and services. Whether it's your home, auto, commercial, or any other type of insurance, we take the time to learn about you, your family, and your business to find the best coverage to protect your unique needs. For quality insurance coverage at affordable prices, call 503-444-0566 or email Shannon at shannonjenningsinsurance.com.
Scoggins Creek Coffee is proud to offer delicious hot drinks and delectable breakfast items too. Visit their 2 locations in Gaston and Yamhill Carlton. Open 7 days a week, Mondays through Saturdays until 5 and Sundays until 3. Make sure to ask about their weekly specials and visit their Facebook page. Scoggins Creek Coffee, 503-985-3483.
Specialty Screen Printing in Yamhill offers your business the creativity and expertise to print your logo on a variety of items. Owners Ken and Linda Johnson have 40 years of experience on industrial parts and every type of material, including ceramic tile. Their fast service can have your project done in less than a week. Visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com, to see for yourself how they can help you boost your company's marketing and industrial screen printing needs. Call 971-998-9274 or visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com.
And we're back. On Point Community Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the OSAA State Championship. On Point is Oregon's largest locally headquartered credit union serving more than 455,000 members. Visit onpointcu.com. OnPoint is federally insured by the NCUA. In case you're wondering what that stands for, that's the National Credit Union Association, Equal Housing Opportunity. And we're back less than 3 minutes before the start of the third quarter. Hidden Valley will receive the second half kickoff after the Braves got the football and swiftly moved into Mustangs territory and threw an interception and gave the ball back to Hidden Valley. Thought we might be in for a long night at that point, but Jonathan, again, the Braves taking over in the second half with pretty much all facets of the football except maybe special teams. Defensively, offensively, they've been able to put points on the board pretty much however they want in the second quarter.
Yeah, absolutely, Trevor. They've really come down and just put up a wall against Hidden Valley and not letting them get anything. Not like that's really been hard to do tonight. Hidden Valley, they've tried to show some strides out there on their offense, but Banks has really put what little they've gotten to a screeching halt. And it'll be interesting to see what Mike Spanger and his coaching staff has dialed up here in the second half as they will receive the second half kickoff to start the second half.
90 seconds left. Again, Cole Linehan this time not in the center of the jump around. He is outside the pile.
Just letting the seniors lead this one.
Having a couple of laughs with one of the officials to the near side about the goings-on on the near sideline. Hidden Valley looks like they may be in a halftime prayer getting ready to start the third quarter.
Probably just hoping that that they don't have any more injuries this season, as they've been plagued with that. Of course, we don't know the specifics of the injury, but of course, in case you're just joining us and wondering, well, why we mentioned Nate Vidlac? Of course, Nate Vidlac has not been playing. He was their quarterback the last time we played them in Grants Pass, but according to SB Live, Oregon was actually lost. They lost him as the starting quarterback when they played Banks the last time, and actually you were mentioning he was injured in that game. But yeah, that's a lot to replace. Big can of an arm and a lot of receivers, but Hidden Valley's, they tried to put it together. It's really they've had a kind of Mickey Mouse the puzzle together to get some things, and they like I said. The start of October, they had that game of 158 yards passing, and since then, they've been really lucky to crack 50 yards passing.
And that year, Banks played LeGrand in the state title game. Hidden Valley, their last year is 3A, played Santiam Christian in the title game that year with Sam Vidlac, Nate's older brother, who's now the third-string quarterback at Oregon State.
Wyatt Hesselman has the ball teed off from the 40-yard line, going to kick it away.
And number 10 for Hidden Valley, Austin Klinger, the defensive back on the return, up close to the 20. I'll mark it at the 18, 1st and 10 Mustangs on the opening possession of the second half. And Iwamizi, the handoff up the middle, far side. Close to another first down, up past the 25, 26-yard line. I believe it's Elmore, number 22.
Yes. Yeah, Elmore's their second running back. Iwamizi is the starting running back, but when he takes a snap from center, then they bring Elmore in, and they also have a couple of other options as well to bring in from the running back position, but it's mainly Iwamizi and Elmore.
They'll mark it just past the 27, second down and about 1.5 yards. Now Iwamizi under center, and first down for Elmore and more, breaking through all the way up close to the 40, 38-yard line, 1st and 10, Hidden Valley, and they've got something going on the ground with Elmore here on the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, great little burst at that time by Elmore, just running it straight up the middle and got into the Banks second level and just kind of lowered his shoulder down, and he was not going to go down. He just looked like a battering ram going right through the Banks Braves that time. They looked like tackling dummies that he just kind of went right through, or like the demonstrations in a pinball machine.
So 2 carries for Elmore, 21 yards already on this drive. Drive started at the 18. Iwamizi this time. The give thrown down in the backfield. He's going to lose about 1 yard. Looks like number 38, first time carrying the football for running back Bailey Hafele.
And Ashton Crossan was on the stop that time for the Banks Braves, I beg your pardon, it was Chuck White on the stop in there, and he was firing things up for the Banks Braves that time.
Loss of about 1.5 yards, back to the ball between the 37 and the 38-yard line.
Braden Ball actually made the stop for the Braves.
Bunch formation for Mustangs with the lone receiver to the near side. And give up the middle again to Elmore, run into a couple of his own blockers. Otherwise, he would have had a first down. Gets up past the 40, though, gain of about 2 or 3 yards. Will bring up third down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, they're trying to go. Looks like they're trying to go a little bit quick here. Looks like maybe the coach is finding some little bit of daylight in the Braves line and figuring they have some matches that they can exploit in there. And, Banks, they just need to, recognize those real quick and clamp down and fix those and get back to that defensive prowess they showed in the second quarter.
Third down and 8 from the 41. Iwamizi fakes the handoff, now will throw, and has a man, and it's overthrown. Nice coverage, no pass interference. 3 Braves in the area with Jack Lyda and Jamar Flippin.
Yep, Flippin back there playing center field from his safety position back there. He was the safety valve doing exactly what he needs, and he's going to stay back there as it's going to be 4th down.
The other player I couldn't remember, number 15, Aaron Brown, also in coverage, but really it was Jack Lyda and Jamar Flippin. Jamar Flippin also first team running back offensively and first team safety defensively.
Jamar standing back at his 25-yard line.
And he's going to let this one bounce, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 25. First and 10 Braves on their opening possession of the second half with just under 9 minutes to go, 8:59 left third quarter, and a 22-0 lead, which is where we sat at halftime. First and 10 for Cooper Goebel and the Braves offense. Spread formation, 4 receivers set. Trips to the near side. The give, fake the give to Jamar. Throws it to Charlie White out of the backfield. 30, 35. Able to hold a couple defenders off and get first down up to about the 37. Gain of 12 on the pass play. Looks almost like a little screen play out of the backfield to the tight end, Charlie White.
Yeah, just a short little screen pass, as you mentioned right there, and a great job, a great stiff arm there by Charlie to get himself some extra yardage there. I saw him with a stiff arm and kind of looked like, I was like, don't clinch on the face mask there, and no call, but
right.
Boy, that was too close.
Cooper's going to keep it himself. Short side of the field. It's Charlie White all the way into Mustang territory. Looked like it was originally Cooper Goebel that had the football. I don't know if it was a late toss, but Charlie White gets big first down for the Braves all the way up past midfield.
Well. Jason Tufts does have a few tricks up his sleeve, going with a little bit of a wild brave that time with Charlie White taking the ball this time and rumbling up. You don't expect to see him rumbling that way. There's another tool for you, college coaches and scouts.
First and 10 for the Braves from the Mustangs 47. Goebel out of shotgun. Gives to Jamar off the far side. Has some room. 40, 35. Runs into a tackler. Breaks it. 30, 20, 15, 14. Finally thrown down out of bounds. Should be a late flag far side. Don't see it yet. Braves coaches are pretty excited. Not sure if they're just excited about the play or heated that they didn't get a flag, but Braves first and 10 inside the red zone at the 15.
Well, you talked about the run as a great run that time by Jamar Flippin, but I want to talk about what sprung him on the outside was a great block by Jack Lyda, doing what wide receivers do. If you're a youngin' playing football, that is exactly classic. That's what you do as a wide receiver. If you're not catching the football, you're out in space making blocks for your running back, and that is what sprung Jamar Flippin to get that big yardage, chunk of yardage.
Twins each side for Goebel. Flippin to his left. Gives to the ball inside, and Jamar's going to lose about a half a yard. Hidden Valley had that play snuffed out from the get-go.
Yeah, that was a great recovery by Hidden Valley after giving up a huge chunk of yardage to come back and say, we're not going to do it 2 times in a row.
Jamar should be approaching over 100 yards now in this contest. A couple of decent runs in the first quarter, and then that big run a moment ago down to the 15.
Jamar coming into this game needed just 247 yards for 1,000 yards this season. I'm sure he'll get that by next week.
Goebel, Jamar to his left, bad snap. Braves able to fall on it back behind the 25.
Yeah, that's something we've been seeing a lot of the last couple of weeks for the Banks Braves. Didn't see that early on in this season. I don't know what it is. For whatever reason, maybe they changed centers. I don't know. Maybe because it's gotten colder. But just some shaky snaps, and all Cooper could really do that time is just fall on it. He did the wise thing right there.
So now it's going to be 3rd down and 15. Well, more than that. The 5. 3rd down and 21 from the 26. Need to get to the 5 for a first down. Bunch formation, 3 receiver set. Fake the give to Jamar. Goebel's going to keep it, get a little bit up inside the 25. Will be tackled shy of the 20-yard line, though, and it's going to be 4th and long. And I heard field goal. We're going to see Wyatt Hesselman here.
Jackson Gilbert on the stop for the Mustangs. He's that guy you talked about, Trevor, that just a senior, no information.
So looks like the ball will be spotted at the 32. Looks like it'll be a 42-yard field goal.
Watch for a fake.
Christian Lyda to hold.
He is the backup quarterback.
Snap is down, kick is through, and wide left. No good, so after a pretty good drive from the Braves to start their opening possession of the second half, the Mustang defense bends but doesn't break and gets some help from the Braves offense after a fumble that puts the Braves back about 10 yards behind the original line of scrimmage. And with 6:13 to go in the third quarter, the score remains Banks 22 and Hidden Valley nothing. Hidden Valley will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Well, it's a good time to let you know that you can purchase your official state championships merchandise at OSAAstore.com with Rush Team Apparel, the exclusive merchandise partner of the OSAA. You have more options. Customize your gear with your school name, a student-athlete name, event decals, and more. Nike products are also available. Browse the selection of official state championship merchandise at OSAAstore.com.
Iwamizi, the give to Elmore for a short loss of about a yard, 2nd down and 11. Ball marked at the 19. Also check out westsidesgreatesthits.net for local news, weather, and sports information for Washington, Yamhill, and Columbia counties. Iwamizi under center. Sends a man in motion to Elmore. And it's going to give up the middle. We got another penalty. He's going to be Tackled shy of the 15, so another loss on the play, but we'll wait for the flag. Looks like number 38, the ball carrier that time for Hidden Valley. Again, Bailey Hafele. Holding against the Mustangs will be declined. It'll be third down. And should be third down and 15. Third down and 14. They're going to give him forward progress to the 16. Couple of big college football games for Oregon teams tomorrow. Oregon is at Washington, one of their probably their second largest rival next to Oregon State. Oregon State, the Beavers are at Colorado with a great chance to become bowl eligible in Boulder tomorrow afternoon. Stone now back in. No, it is Iwamizi. Looks to throw far side and nearly intercepted. Jamar flipping back there again with Aaron Brown. And I look like maybe one of them took it away from the other, and the ball falls incomplete when it should have been another Braves turnover.
Jamar nearly had his 4th interception of the season right there, but you're right, Trevor. They were just kind of, both Braves were down there, and both of them, Jamar and AB, kind of consoling each other and just kind of getting on the same page there. I think you're right. I think they weren't on the same page that time.
4:49 left third quarter. Again, the Braves may be coming for another possible safety. Hidden Valley kicker standing at about his own 1 yard line. Another flag. Probably not enough men on the field for Hidden Valley. Or too many. I see the white hat trying to count players. Yeah, too many men on the field for Hidden Valley, so that's going to move the ball half the distance to the goal. And when you're already backed up against your own end zone, you don't need to give a team like Banks any more of an opportunity to come away with points after a punt. So looks like number 85, Spencer Fisk, the kicker, will have to kick it away from out of the center of his own end zone. Jamar's back at the Mustang 46-47. Rugby-style kick is high, coming up short to get it. Jamar makes the catch, makes a couple men miss, and finally thrown down inside the 40 at about the 39. 1st and 10 Braves with their best field position to start a drive tonight after pinning Hidden Valley deep on that punt out of their own end zone.
Boy, Jamar did a lot of dancing around right there, trying to find some daylight, but credit to the Hidden Valley Mustangs getting down there to not allow him a running line. They did their homework. They know what Jamar is capable of doing and running the football and just kind of bottle them up. But you're right, great field position here for the Banks Braves at the 39-yard line of Hidden Valley.
Tight formation with Hunter Smith and Aaron Brown, the receivers, to the near side. Now Charlie White goes in motion right to left. Goebel, straight drop, blitz coming, flag on the near side, maybe a hold. Goebel to throw, has a man wide open, caught, touchdown Jack Lyda, but this may come back. Whistles, and I'm sure that's going to be the call, is holding against the Braves.
Yeah, absolutely no celebration on the Banks sideline, so they know this one is coming back and from a procedural penalty of some sort.
No argument from Cole Linehan.
No, it just looks like he's got his arms folded, just kind of look a little disgusted.
To have a touchdown like that taken away from by a procedural penalty on a false start, wasn't even a hold.
If only I were a fly in the wall of the coach's booth, I'm sure I wouldn't hear I would hear some colorful language about now.
So again, the Braves with a second drive here in the second half that they've shot themselves in the foot. A fumble, and now a penalty that has marked them back another 5 yards after a false start. 1st and 15 from the 44.
Those are mistakes you can, well, we'll talk about it after this.
And Goebel to give to Jamar. 45, 40, 37-yard line. Good pickup on 1st down and 15. We'll get about half the yards back. It'll be 2nd down and looks like about 8. Going back to your last point.
Yeah, that's about an 8-yard gain for Jamar right there. Yeah, those mistakes that Banks has been making to take those points off the board. You can do that here against Hidden Valley right now, but you do that against Mazama, and that's not going to be good things. So that's even more frustration for the coaches.
Spread formation for receivers with Dylan Smith in. Goebel will roll right, still looking. Has a man down there in coverage. Pass interference, bump, no call. And Iwamizi back there, but no flag on the play.
Yeah, I didn't see much contact from the Hidden Valley defender that time. I think that's just a good, clean play. And I just think the ball was really not catchable in that situation.
Looked like he bumped into Lida, though, and which is what caused Iwamizi to fall down.
Uncatchable ball,
okay.
Though. It was over his head.
So 3rd down and 8 from the 37, close to the 38-yard line. Twins to the far side. Flippin goes in motion. Pass to Hunter Smith, and he has room. 30, 25, 20, 15. Finally drug down inside the 13. 1st and 10 Braves after the pass play to Hunter Smith off the near side.
Yeah, that was a great job of the Hidden Valley defender trying to run down his number there. Didn't quite get all of the number, but it's a great job to stay with Hunter Smith and not let him get that distance that he needed. He was trying to, but he just couldn't shake that Hidden Valley defender.
1st and 10 from the 13 of the Mustangs with White, Brown, and Lida. The trips to the far side. Thrown into the end zone. Easy catch and tossed to Charlie White. 2:44 left in the 3rd quarter. That might do it. Braves go for 2 here. Would put them up 30-0 with 2:44 left in the 3rd quarter. 5 scores late in the 3rd. Should pretty much put it away.
How open is a plaid pantry here in the Portland metro area? Well, that was how open Charlie White was in the back of the end zone. And Cooper Goebel saw him, and he just got it to him right now. And, yeah, when you're that wide open, you take advantage of that. Now we'll see if Wyatt Hesselman can regain his form and boot it to the uprights for the extra point. Kick is down. Snap is a little high. But the kick is true. And I think that might be the issue right there because, again, credit Christian Lida who does the holding to bring that ball in and get the ball down because that snap was really wide, really high. And with 2:44 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, it's 29-0. Banks on top. We'll be right back after this.
North Plains Chamber of Commerce invites you to Tenante's Pizza and Subs. Try one of the many specialty pizzas like the Mama Supremo or a delicious torpedo sub sandwich. Mention Westside Greatest Hits and save 10% off your order. Tenante's Pizza and Subs at the corner of Glencoe and Pacific in North Plains. Open 11 to 8:30 Monday through Saturday and Sunday 3 to 8 for carry-out and delivery. Visit their website, Tenante'sPizzaandsubs.com, or call 503-647-5761.
And we're back 29-0 Braves after the 13-yard pass play from Cooper Goebel to Charlie White. First touchdown catch of the game for Chuck White. For over 40 years, Pacific Office Automation has remained locally owned and operated, supporting the community and people in places that matter. That's why Pacific Office Automation continues to sponsor the OSAA year after year. Pacific Office Automation, problem solved. And tackled on the return up at about the 20-yard line. Number 10 again, Austin Klinger. 1st and 10 Mustangs from their own 20. Braves a 29-0 lead with 2:36 to go in the 3rd quarter.
And that touchdown by Charlie White keeps him in pace with Jamar Flippin for most touchdowns for the Banks offense. Of course, Jamar Flippin had his 10th rushing touchdown of the season. earlier tonight, but Charlie White with his 9th touchdown catch.
One more touchdown for the Braves, and they'll match the week 3 score from the 35-0 win at Hidden Valley. Definitely did not look like we would see that type of a game after the first quarter. Iwamizi, though, something to show, and is going to get pretty close to the first down. I think he's going to be about a half a yard short, but still a good carry on first down for Daniel Iwamizi.
And that was Charlie White that met him right over the middle of the field to knock him backwards and not let him get any more. Charlie White, of course, the leading tackler for the Banks Braves defense, coming in with 75. Right behind him, Jamar Flippin with 74.
Gain of 8 for Iwamizi to the 28. Hidden Valley slow getting the play in, and when you're down 4 scores, not really a luxury you can afford. Likely the final drive of the third quarter with 2 minutes, clock nearing 2 minutes in the third period. 3 receivers set for Iwamizi out of shotgun. Is going to keep it out of the Wildcat and get the first down up close to the 35. It'll stop the clock inside 2 minutes with one clock, and now they stop it with 1:54 left to set the chains. And he's a little gimpy coming off the field. They lose him. What are they going to do at quarterback? They do have a backup that hasn't played much.
Well, they do have Stone, who takes the majority of their snaps under center, and he took a few early on in this game, but we really haven't seen him under center. That's number 2 for Hidden Valley, but it's been Iwamizi that's been getting it out of that Wildcat shotgun pistol formation.
Number 47, Luke Perez, the other quarterback listed on the roster. Iwamizi keeps it on the fake and gets 3, maybe 4 yards to about the 38-yard line. I'm not sure why Hidden Valley isn't going to the air much, down 4 scores late in the third quarter. You need to put points on the board in a hurry. They just not trust the arm of Daniel Iwamizi.
Well, Noah Stone is really their passer, but also he's wide receiver, but I don't even really see Noah Stone on the football field right now, and I know he was a guy that they looked upon coming into the season as a go-to guy.
29-0 Braves with a 4-touchdown lead. The give to Elmore, nearly tripped up, but able to regain his balance, and I believe has the first down up close to the 45. With 34 seconds left, stops the clock. They'll move the chains, and we'll get one more play before the start of the fourth quarter. And do the last OSAA break between periods. Final play of the third quarter. If the Mustangs are able to get it off, 10 seconds. Iwamizi, the give to Elmore. No, he's going to keep it and cuts back to the left. Can't find a defender. Now throws, and it is tipped away, and it nearly intercepted by Aaron Brown. And that will end the third quarter with the number 4 seed Banks Braves 29 and the 13 seed Hidden Valley Mustangs nothing. We'll take a 1-minute break, actually a 30-second break, and be back after this from Toyota and On Point.
We've been growing to serve people. You know, parent people, working people, teacher people, and student people too. We added 20 new branches in Fred Meyer locations, hired more On Point people, and continue to give back to people in our community. If all that makes you think we're your kind of people, then we're ready to help you too. On Point Community Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Dear Exit Strategy, no matter which there's an exit from the ordinary to match. See you soon, Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer or toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places.
And we're back, start of the fourth quarter. Braves a 29-0 lead.
Bailey Happel on the play, on the carry for Hidden Valley that time. Bailey, a 6-foot, 175-pound senior, just into the game for the Mustangs here in the fourth quarter. Bailey Happel or Hafeli.
Looks like third down and 13 from the 41. Iwamizi out of shotgun. Will keep it and run right, and is going to be thrown down, gets maybe a yard. It's going to be fourth down and long. I see Jack Lyda over there along with number 53 for the Braves, Michael Vereen, in on the tackle to the far side of the field.
Yeah, Banks has really been putting the clamps down defensively since that second quarter, and they've had a few hiccups along the way, and maybe just credit to the matchups for Hidden Valley finding some gaps, but for the most part, it's just been a defensive onslaught here for the Banks Braves defense. Really, not really giving up control at all. Maybe bending a little bit, but not breaking.
4th and 12 for the Mustangs. Fisk will kick it away, and it's going to be bounce, and Jamar this time is just going to get away from it. It's going to roll inside close to the 10. Nice roll for Spencer Fisk and the Mustangs kicking team. They'll mark it at the 11-yard line. Jamar initially thought about picking it up, but after took a couple of funny hops and rolled, he thought better of it. Definitely do not want to give short field to Hidden Valley early in the fourth quarter and do anything to give them any chance at taking momentum. The 4-score lead, I know you're deep in your own territory, but you can pretty much just keep the ball on the ground with 10 minutes left and up 4 scores.
Yeah, I would expect to see just a steady dose of Jamar here on this drive, and really a whole quarter for Banks.
And Goebel's going to fake the give to Jamar, gets outside, and gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage out on the far side. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Cooper has ran for over 200 yards this season. He's thrown for, coming in, he's thrown for just under 1,500 yards for the season. He's well over that now.
It'll be a gain of a yard to the 12, 2nd down and 9. Goebel coming in late from the near side with the play. 5 touchdowns last week in the season-ending win at home against Tillamook. 6 touchdowns for the Braves overall in a 42-13 win. Goebel looks to throw from inside his own 5 and nearly intercepted and then nearly caught. It's going to fall incomplete. Good jockeying that time. Little hand fighting just as the ball got there. Nice job defensively by Zach Humphrey, the defensive back for the Mustangs, number 82.
Yeah, that was a really dangerous ball that time thrown by Cooper Goebel. It was thrown in between 2 defenders there, and Aaron Brown, right, he really had to thread the needle there, and it just fortunately for Cooper it fell incomplete. Got an updated score in the 4A. Cascade now leading Astoria 41-12 in the third quarter.
3rd down and 9 from the 12-yard line of the Banks Braves, but not to worry. A 4-score lead, 29-0. Under 10 minutes to go in the contest. Flipping to his right. Goebel looks to throw. Pass is not batted down at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and 10 for the Braves, and Mustangs with their best chance to score may come after this punt.
Yeah, Mustangs, down 29-0 here as the start of the fourth quarter. They're not rolling over and lying down. They're coming right after and still showing that aggression and playing to the final whistle. You love to see that. And season on the line right here. They need to make something happen right now because they're running out of time.
Hesselman about 2 or 3 yards deep into his own end zone. Gets it away low. It's going to bounce at the 45, 50, 50, 45, and be down at the 41-yard line. Beautiful bunt, beautiful punt. Oh! Iwamizi picks it up late and gets all the way down to the Braves 35 and a late flag on the far side. Beautiful punt by Hesselman, rolled all the way down to the Mustangs 41 from 3 yards deep into his own end zone. So
it'll be interesting to see. The officials are going to get together here and talk about that, and maybe the discussing was it downed, did nobody touch it?
Punt of 57 yards by Hesselman.
Also sorting out the penalty here, what they call, what they saw. Well, they're sorting that out. I can tell you LeGrand is leading Gladstone 27-6. Estacada leads Staten 16-0.
Actually, originally spotted the ball at the 41, I think, before Iwamizi picked it up and tried to run with it. Now they're going to pick up the flag.
Coach Cole Linehan is standing on the field right about the in between the 35 and 40-yard line with his hands in his pockets, looking out, saying, all right, what are you going to call here? He's not looking thrilled.
So the White Hat has made his way onto the field, but still no indication other than the fact that they've picked up the flag for the moment. But the two officials to the far side are walking back towards the original line of scrimmage, which was the 41-yard line. So actually an even longer punt than we thought, 3 yards deep. 62-yard punt if they're going to mark it at the 49. So still a punt of 54 yards by Wyatt Hesselman. Personal foul against the Mustangs. So they did allow the play to stand off the return by Iwamizi, but at the end of the play, 15-yard penalty, personal foul against the Mustangs will mark the ball at the Mustangs 49.
Somebody probably said a word they shouldn't have when they got up off that out of that little scrum right there. Little, you're down 29-0 in a playoff game, and emotions getting to the best of you. Probably saying a word or two that his mom and dad should give him a spanking for.
And new quarterback in the game for the Mustangs, number 6. Logan Dove, listed as a wide receiver. So again, Mustangs going out of the Wildcat, but just using a new player to do it. It'd be a short gain of a yard to midfield.
5'9" senior is Logan Dove. Looks like just pick a senior, any senior, who's going to take the ball here as you're in the perhaps maybe the last game of your high school career.
Well, Iwamizi comes back out, and it may have been him. The 6 and the 8 look similar on the Mustang jerseys, but it would not surprise me any if they did use an extra receiver out of Wildcat. The give to number 38, close to the first down for Hidden Valley, is Bailey Hafele. Mark it down to the 43-yard line of the Braves. 3rd down and 2. 8.5 minutes left in the game. Hidden Valley running out of time and trying to at least put points on the board. Probably their best drive of the second half. Two receivers to the top, Westling. And Iwamizi gets hit in the side and pushed forward up close to the 40. Should be enough for the first down. I don't know, though. Yeah, they are going to give him the first down, but they marked just outside the 40, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs, but running out of time, under 8 minutes left, down 29-0. Iwamizi out of shotgun with Haffel. And Iwamizi will keep it and waits behind his blockers and is going to be held up. First person there, I believe, was Davon Vereen, number 23, to hold him up by the back of his jersey and impede his progress. It'll be a short gain. Actually, you're going to lose half a yard. Back to the 41, second down and 11.
Braden Ball was in there. Logan Kine was in there as well, making a stop for the Banks Braves.
Less than 7 minutes left and a stop here, and I think we can safely say the Banks Braves will advance to the quarterfinals next weekend against either North Eugene or Mazama.
Which should be right here at Hare Field. Central Catholic, of course, will probably beat Oregon City, so they'll be at Hillsborough Stadium.
Oh, beautiful stop. Davon Vereen on Haffel that time is going to be tackled all the way back behind the 45. And third down.
Yeah, Davon Vereen coming up from his linebacker position for the Banks Braves.
And again, they give the ball carrier an extra yard on the spot. Was tackled well behind the 45. 46, it may have even been back behind that, but they're going to spot the nose of the football right on the 45.
Telling you, it's Pac-12 official. That's why the game was moved up to 6 o'clock so they can get up to Seattle to do the big rivalry game tomorrow.
Third down and 15. Mustangs may be in two-down territory.
Pac-12 spotting at its finest.
One receiver to the far side, offset. And looked like an early start by... Oh, that should be grounding. Just threw the ball out of bounds. Yep, late flag. Grounding on the play. Iwamizi can't do anything with it. It's going to be fourth down.
Well, grounding because Christian Lyda and Logan Kine were right there in his grill, or Christian Lyda at least was right there, right up in front of him, and he was dead to rights. And that has got to be the ugliest, I mean the ugliest grounding I've ever seen in my life. He just threw that ball up in the air. He's lucky that a Banks Braves defender was not right there to pick it off and take it to the house.
Well, Austin Klinger, too, should have been whistled for a false start on that play as he crossed into the secondary to try to make the catch on a play that almost before the ball was even snapped, and they never called a flag on that play, but they get Iwamizi for grounding, and Jamar standing back at his own 30.
That was maybe partially blocked. That was really low.
Takes a couple of funny hops, picks it up at the 24, able to break an arm tackle down the near side, cuts back to the middle of the field, midfield, 45, finally spun down out of bounds at the 45 of the Mustangs, and 5 minutes left. This should be the final drive of the game. Braves, only thing left to determine will be if they can match that 35-point total from week 3.
And there should have been an unsportsmanlike late hit out of bounds called against Hidden Valley right there. That Hidden Valley player was just completely unsportsmanlike. I mean, Jamar was clearly in the white. That was right down below us. He was clearly in the white. That's out of bounds. And still was holding on to him and grabbing his jersey and pulling him down. There's no place for that in high school football or any sport. That's just bad sport. I mean, you're losing 29-0. You don't need to add insult to injury and drag a guy out of bounds when he's clearly out of bounds. That's poor sportsmanship.
5:12 left. Banks a 29-0 lead. They'll advance to take on either North Eugene or Mazama of Klamath Falls at home next week. Likely here. Again, that could determine, or could be determined by how much rain we get. Likely will not be a true home game next week. Jamar again on the handoff, gets about 5 yards to the 40. Should have close to 200 yards rushing tonight, especially with the first half. He had a couple of big runs in the second half, and his night is done with 4:55 left.
Good to see Christian Lyda coming out here to get some work in, and like they should. You know, I'm up 29-0 with under 5 minutes to go. Big game coming up in the quarterfinals. Just rest your starters, and particularly when you got guys on the other side yanking on your jerseys.
Playoff experience for the youngsters for next year. Christian will likely take over as starter next year. Davon Vereen able to break a couple of tackles and is not going to get away from a gang tackle loss of about a yard, but nearly able to do a remarkable job and avoid a couple of arm tackles and do something with that, but nice job just to get back close to the line of scrimmage.
Arm tackles, jersey grabbing, whatever they can do to get the Braves running backs down. That's what it's resorted to, unfortunately.
So they're going to give them forward progress back to the line of scrimmage. No gains, 2nd down and 10 after Davon Vereen, one of the backup running backs now in the game to replace Jamar Flippin. Under 4 minutes, 29-0. Lyda had a shotgun, looks to throw. Beautiful pass. It's go through, caught right in the chest of number 22. Tristan Rogers would have had a touchdown too, and tried to catch it with his hands out in front of him, hit him right in the chest. Needs to try to cradle that ball in a little bit more like loaf of bread, otherwise he would have scored. And it's going to bring up 4th down, and the Braves will have to punt with 3:32 left. So the Braves will not match the 35 points that they scored against Hidden Valley in Week 3, but they will win tonight's game and advance to the quarterfinals.
Barring something miraculous happens. Nice punt.
And it's going to be down at the 22. Took a funny hop and like it was going to go down inside the 10 and bounced back a good 10 yards in favor of Hidden Valley. The ball will be down at the 22-yard line, so probably not quite as good a punt as we thought. Looked to be a good kick, but ball just took a funny hop and only turns out to be about a 20 or 25-yard punt. But Braves in control at 4 scores inside 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, sometimes they can do that on this turf when it's like real packed in really tight. And this turf is pretty solid. It's fairly new. It's the grassy turf, the field turf. It used to be AstroTurf back here. When this first opened up, they just had a grass field, and then they brought in the turf field. It was at the time was the first artificial surface for high school in Oregon.
Wow. Iwamizi is going to keep it. And brought down by Christian Lyda, gain of about 5 up.
So I know
27.
Sorry, Trevor.
Oh, go ahead.
So I know in the pregame I said that I would share a couple of things about Oregon and Oregon State. Well, in 1991, year I graduated high school, Rich Brooks brought Oregon here for their annual spring game here at Hare Field, and there was over 5,100 fans in attendance. And then in 1990, I'll get to that after that play.
Iwamizi out of shotgun, under 3 minutes left. Hidden Valley will finish their season at 5-4. Banks will improve to 9-1. Winners of 8 in a row, and first down for Iwamizi up past the 35. You mentioned Rich Brooks and the Ducks playing here when you were in high school, and you were going to mention something about Oregon State too.
It was 1999. The Oregon State Beavers held their spring game here. That was the first year in the Dennis Erickson era at Oregon State.
I remember a few years ago, Oregon State playing a spring game, Dam Fest at Hillsborough Stadium. Also the same weekend, Oregon State baseball played a series against Central Arkansas at Ron Tonkin Field that weekend.
Yeah, Oregon State has also played some spring games most recently at Mountainside High School. That was in Jonathan Smith's first head coaching stint.
And it is Dove in the game now, keeps it and gets a couple of yards shy of the 40-yard line. Under 2 minutes, 1:47, 1:46 clock moving. Second down and 8. Likely the final drive of the game, barring a turnover from Hidden Valley. Dove finishing the game out at quarterback for the Mustangs. Gets close to midfield and will have a first down up to the 48 of the Mustangs. Clock under a minute left. Only thing left to be decided is if the Mustangs can put points on the board.
Under a minute now left to go, and Hidden Valley really not in a hurry, not acting like they really want to put points on the board here. Really
doesn't make much
acting
sense.
slow and getting guys in, but they are kind of banged up. I mean, we talked about Noah Stone as the quarterback at the start of the game, and of course he came in after Nate Vidlak was out, and as I told you about looking at the second half, I don't see Noah Stone on the field or even on the sidelines.
Final play of the game, Banks 29, Hidden Valley nothing. Banks will improve to the quarterfinals. Dove will just go down shy of the midfield, and that will do it. 8, 7, 6, 5. No other play will be ran. Banks will improve to 9-1 and advance to the quarterfinals against either North Eugene or Mazama next weekend, likely here, possibly Hillsborough Stadium. Our final score, number 4 seed Banks 29, 13 seed Hidden Valley nothing, as Mike Fanger comes out to exchange handshakes with the Banks coaching staff. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back to take a look at other scores. Also have our Oregon Army National Guard hero of the game. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Thinking about updating your kitchen or bath? James Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They offer stone countertop fabrication and installation and cabinet installation services. They'll do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based locally in Washington County, they'll do jobs in most Portland metro locations. Call 503-753-9993 or email jasonbondremodeling@gmail.com. Jason Bond Remodeling, Oregon CPB number 227733.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
And we're back. Our final score, Banks 29, Hidden Valley nothing. Hidden Valley with some injuries to a couple of key players since Banks' 35-0 win in the Rogue Valley in Week 3. Nate Vidlak had not seen him since he actually hadn't played for Hidden Valley since the Braves' Week 3 win there. Had an injury in the first half against the Mustangs. So hard times for Hidden Valley the second half of the season. Did pick up a couple of wins over teams you're expected to beat in Phoenix and Klamath Union, but only managing 7 points in their final game of the regular season, and tonight getting shut out. Had a couple of great opportunities to score in the first quarter, but Braves defense came to play, and that, I think, enabled the Braves offense to kind of take off like a snowball with momentum from the defense, that especially that second quarter.
Yeah, certainly some work to do for the Banks offense and some of their composure issues with, or not really composure, but some of their, this could have been worse. 29-0. I mean, it could have actually been, we could be talking 43-0 in this game with 2 touchdowns called off the board, and those are the kind of plays like I mentioned earlier in the game that. You just got to shore up and clean those up, because if you're going to play, whether it's North Eugene or Mazama, whoever you get, if you're going forward, you make those kind of mistakes, they're going to hurt you, particularly Marshfield. with their explosive running back and quarterback Dom Montiel. So, yeah, you just got to clean those areas up. Certainly some things to work on, but you know what they say, there's always room for improvement. No matter how good you get, if you don't have something to improve on, there's something wrong.
Braves with 4 touchdowns tonight. Jamar Flippin, Aaron Brown, Charlie White, and missing one. Maybe, did Jamar have 2? 29-0 our final score. I think Jonathan and I have decided to give our Oregon Army National Guard hero of the game to Jamar Flippin. Close to 200 yards rushing tonight. Had a couple of big runs in the first half and also a touchdown tonight, possibly 2 touchdowns. Braves put 4 touchdowns on the board, 29-0. Actually, no, they only scored 3 touchdowns offensively because they had a pick 6 and a safety. So just the 3 touchdowns and then the 8 points from the defense. The pick 6 from Logan Kind and the 2 points on the safety on the grounding call in the first half against Hidden Valley. So 3 touchdowns offensively, 1 for Jamar Flippin, 1 for Aaron Brown, and 1 for Charlie White. The other 21 points for the Braves. Jamar Flippin, our Oregon Army National Guard hero of the game. Jonathan will have a look at the Wanna Credit Union scoreboard before we wrap things up, see if maybe we can get a score from North Eugene and Mazama. Jonathan still checking out the scoreboard right now, so other games we can tell you going on tonight. Marshfield is hosting 16 seed Madras. Jonathan, break. We're going to go ahead and take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
We've been growing to serve people. You know, parent people, working people, teacher people, and student people too. We added 20 new branches in Fred Meyer locations, hired more on-point people, and continued to give back to people in our community. If all that makes you think we're your kind of people, then we're ready to help you too. On Point Community Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
(11-10) in the 5A football.
Wow, Jonathan Lee has a look at other scores from around the state as we get ready to wrap things up and say goodnight.
Yeah, Astoria, we can tell you, this one still says fourth quarter, but, well, I believe it. Cascade, when they score, it extends their games. But in the fourth quarter, late in the game, Cascade leading Astoria 60-18. How many points can Cascade score? We might find out. West Albany leading Scappoose 28-0. This is in the 5A ranks in the first round as well. 6A football, Jesuit is all over Liberty 48-0. The Crusaders just rolling. This one says second quarter, but I think this was a score at halftime. Westview leading Barlow 14-12. That's in Rock Creek, just a little ways, just a little west of us, a little further east of us here. And let's see, also earlier score, Sherwood leading Sandy 21-13. That is in the second quarter. Of course, got to remember that these games, did start at 7 o'clock, where our game started at 6. Tigard went down to Roseburg tonight. Roseburg winning 28-3. That game might be nearing halftime. Here is another 4A final. LeGrand beat Gladstone 34-12. So their title defense is still on. The LeGrand will move on to the quarterfinals. Also at halftime, Estacada holding on to a 16-0 lead over Staten, or nearing halftime. Another score, Canby leading Ridgeview 22-0. And yeah, getting down here, have not seen a report from North Eugene and Mazama, who kicked off at 7 o'clock. Presumably, you never know, they could have gotten a late start. Also, Madras and Marshfield also kicked off at 7 o'clock. No scores reported from those yet. Report your scores so we can pass it along. Also, here's an interesting score, Trevor, as we get ready to sign off. 5A football, Wilsonville beat Churchill 11-10.
Thank you, Jonathan. Well, we'll keep you updated on social media as to our next broadcast. Regardless, win or lose, it will be our last broadcast for Westside Mobile Media, as due to contractual obligations with another broadcasting or streaming outlet, we are not able to broadcast past the quarterfinal round. So the quarterfinals will be our final broadcast for football for the 2021 season. We'll hope to update you by tomorrow morning with the Braves' quarterfinal opponent, either the North Eugene Highlanders or the Mazama Vikings. For Jonathan Lee, I'm Trevor Beard. Thanks for listening to tonight's broadcast. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and good night.
Thank you for listening to this OSAA On Point Community Credit Union State Championship event. Serving more than 452,000 members, On Point Community Credit Union is the largest locally headquartered credit union and is the proud title sponsor of OSAA State Championships. Your local Toyota dealers are proud to support the OSAA. Toyota, let's go places. The OSAA Radio Network is presented by Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.